All right. You want to kick this off, or you want me to?
Well, so far I've started all of them, but I mean,
Why
technically you
stop
have to kick
now?
off the episode.
Well, I will do that in editing. This is just probably where I'm going to start in the middle of things and not offer any context, and people can just pick up our conversation from where we are. It's probably what I'm going to do because I'll think that'll be artistic or something.
Well, for this list, I only have five. But
Really,
yep,
you mean you actually stuck to the rules you created?
yeah.
I'm
But
impressed.
well, I'm not gonna lie, this one was a lot harder to think of just five because, yeah. But at least for me, the games I play are mostly just franchise
Sequels?
games.
Yeah.
Yeah, not sequels, just franchise games.
Yeah, just to make sure I wasn't missing something awesome and totally obvious that, for whatever reason I didn't pick up on, I asked Grok. I was like, "Hey, what are some beloved games that only ever had one entry and never got a sequel?" I didn't ask it to do the work for me, right? I was just like, what things never got a sequel? And I forget what it gave me, but it gave me like 10. And half of them, I'm like, I never even played that. And I know there was a sequel. Like Mark of Cree. I do remember that one. Like I owned and played both games for the PlayStation. So,
Yeah, that was the thing. It's like I'm sure if I wanted to do more research and look into it more, I could have found more options. But it was like, no, I'm just gonna off of what I can think of and remember, I'm just gonna do this and like, yeah.
yeah. And that's what my list is too. I just, having a channel, I didn't want to miss something totally obvious and let everyone down. By the way, guys, we're doing the third of our 5 games that so far hasn't just been 5 games, but it's 5 games that we wish had become franchises that just never did. So, in
See,
case we
this is where
didn't,
you
what's that?
sorry, this is where you suffer too much from your literacy. It's like if you say five, there has to be five. No more. Can't be honorable mentions. Can't be, oh, I wish this one too. Just five.
Just 5. Like just Jack from Will and Grace, but it's just 5. Words. Hard. Yeah, if we
I
haven't
interrupted
ticked
your
you
opening.
off after the last one where we spat on everyone's sacred cows,
It wasn't
we
on
very
purpose, but it was fun.
it was not done maliciously, but it was on purpose. And it was fun. I ran some of those by some friends of mine in the YouTube space, and they were like, "I'm gonna hate watch that episode so hard. I'm gonna leave you the meanest comments." I'm like, "Please do. How dare you? How dare
Um,
you? Like,
when I
tell me
told
I'm
some of my
wrong."
friends about it, there the first thing they said was like, "Oh, so you went after Grand Theft Auto?" I went, "Yep, me specifically."
Yeah, I think right out of the jump, didn't you?
I think
Like,
so. That was the first one.
yeah, let's ease into this. You're like, screw Rockstar. Words are hard. Where was I going with this? But yeah, so last time we probably ticked you off because we picked a favorite game that we said should stop being made. And this time we will probably tick you off because we will not mention the thing that you loved. So help us out. Leave them in the comments.
We
And
will either go too mainstream or not obscure enough.
yep, yep, that's what's gonna happen.
For a
Uh,
list like this, there is no in between.
right? We've basically set ourselves up for failure with this. And I don't know what we're going to do next, but we've got a high bar set of just picking the most controversial things to talk about. So next we'll probably talk about gender identity and politics. That'll get them. That's a joke. We're not doing politics on this channel. Anyway, kick us off.
All right. Gonna start off with the only game on any of the lists I've made so far that I have not actually played,
Okay.
and that is PlayStation All Stars.
Okay.
I feel like that should have been a franchise. If it can work for Nintendo for Dawn of what 60, I think it's 64 was when they first brought in Smash Brothers.
I think it was the 64. Yeah.
And from what I understand, it had some issues, but it was also their first try. But people it did enjoy PlayStation All Stars. It just was deemed at the time Smash Brothers clone.
Which it was,
Which,
but
yeah, not going to deny that or argue that. But nowadays,
everything's a
people don't have
clone.
an issue with that.
Yeah.
How many versus franchise games have been out in the last 3 or 4 years? Granted, half of them have also floundered, but no one gives a darn anymore.
Well, I mean, how many Last of Us knockoffs are there?
Yeah,
Whether it's the layout, the control scheme, the moody theme, whatever. Like, that's all games do anymore is copy each other. So,
like I remember back on the PS2 when the
back
first
in
God
my
of War
day,
when the first God of War came out, everybody was praising QuickTime events because they were like one of the first games to do it, or at least the most mainstream one to do it. And then for like 3 years after, everyone was complaining about how everyone's just copying God of War with QuickTime events. Now no one cares or questions it.
we
So
just
bring
don't
back
like them because they're anticlimactic. But yeah.
yeah. So bring back, PlayStation All Stars. You've got even more mascots to bring back to use. And let's face it, everybody had fun, I'm sure, using Sweet Tooth to beat the crap out of Sly Cooper or someone else. Because it's Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth is the man. It's a
Yeah, it's like
strong entry.
it's like you've got 10 more years of characters you can bring back, and like I like what they kind of did it before Smash Brothers did, but they kept bringing in new characters with DLC. And one of the characters that they were going to bring in, pretty much guaranteed, I was going to buy the game, but then they quit it because they're like, not enough people are interested, so we're canceling the DLC. I will say who that character is later because it would spoil something on the list.
Okay. I was going to ask. So, that character aside, that leads me to a question, which is, and I know that this wasn't what we prepared, so I know I'm putting you on the spot, but who would you want to see added that you're pretty sure wasn't there? I mean, I know you didn't play it, you don't have the roster memorized, but someone in the last 10 years, since you'd mentioned, there's more to pick from.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay. Jin
Jin
Sakai.
Sakai. Yep.
There you go. Didn't even hesitate. Look at that. He's like, oh, shut up already. I know what I'm going to say.
Well, I mean, it's PlayStation All Stars, and let's face it, at the moment, as far as current, doesn't get much more All Star than Jin Sakai's Ghost.
Yeah. And
I mean, his super could be his, Ghost mode, where he just goes ham on other players.
yeah, I don't know if Nathan Drake was in there or not.
He was.
But, okay. So see, yeah, it'd have to be Jin Sakai.
Their main ones were back when it came out were Sweet Tooth, Drake, let's say Sackboy, Kratos, and Ratchet and Clank.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you started off each one with what most people would have held back till the end.
Well, like
Good
I
on
said,
you.
because it was one I'd never played.
Oh, I just meant
That
you
kind
don't ease in. You're just like, wham, here's what we're doing.
Hmm.
I respect that. That's
I
what we
keep the
call
one
a
that means the
hook.
most to me for last.
That's I literally have no organization. They are put down in the order that I thought of them, and they have been this whole time. I probably should have done something a little better.
You did fine. So, what's your number 5 or 1, whichever way you think about it?
First one I thought of, L.A. Noire. So it's a Rockstar game, and I know how you feel about them now, but that's okay. No, LA Noir has always been special to me. It was, I know you know this, but but
LA
they don't.
Noir, though,
We were,
actually focused on the story.
yep. Like I
It
said, I know
wasn't
you.
here's what we can do.
You know this, they don't. So pardon me for a second while I fill them in. Ever since PlayStation came out, between my brother and I, we've always had a PlayStation. I got one gifted to me, PlayStation 1, for I think it was my 16th birthday. And then I saved up and bought the PlayStation 2. And then my idiot friends broke it. And I saved up and I bought another one. And then the PlayStation 3 slash Xbox 360 came out. And my other friends were playing online on that. And at that time, Xbox had a better online system, I thought. And my friends had that, and I wanted to play with them. So I bought that. And then I went computer for a while. And then I missed playing games with my brother. So
And
I
then
bought
he saw
this.
the light.
I bought this, and then I told him, because at the time he only had the PS4. I was like, don't hate me, but I bought this. And I don't remember actually if you told me you bought yours first or not, but long story short, he went and bought one, not knowing I was buying one, and he got his. I think I bought it first, but you got yours first.
You bought yours online, had to wait for yours. I went and got mine on a Black Friday deal. So I
Yeah,
technically got it second, but I actually had mine in
first.
hand first.
Yeah, and I was so jealous. But yeah, so I'm not new to PlayStation, but I have missed a lot of PlayStation. So back to LA Noir. I played it on the 360, and I remember sitting there on my couch playing it and going, oh my goodness, games have become real life. Not that I thought the graphics were real life, but with the facial animation, the way everything worked, the plot, the intricacies, the open world, everything about it just blew me away. And when I got to my 100th platinum, I needed something that mattered for it. And
Go check out the video on his channel.
yeah, go check out the video on the channel. Thank you for the plug. But I decided, one, I like Rockstar games, but they're ridiculous to platinum. Two, that game was incredibly special to me, so it felt like the thing to do. So I just replayed it last year, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, last year, and it holds up. It not cutting bleeding edge, but it holds up. And in the process of making the video, I found out it's also the only video game that's ever been nominated for a Sundance Film Award for the actors that did the facial capture. So it's been nominated for film awards. I love the time period. I love the tone of it. I love that it is not set for modern audiences. It is a thing of the period in which it is set, not even when it was released as a game. And the story has stuck with me in a good way. I mean, it's a Rockstar game, so everyone ends up miserable and terrible, but the fact
Happy
that
endings don't exist here. This isn't Grand Theft Auto.
right, exactly, there is no such thing as a happy ending. Everyone will die and be miserable. It might as well be Downton Abbey. Spoil alerts if you haven't watched Downton Abbey.
Have not,
Words.
don't intend to.
Where was I? Let me back up for the edit. Yeah.
LA Noir, facial
Yeah,
recognition.
Yep. Facial recognition. The fact that the story stuck with me. It's a Rockstar game. So nothing was happy. But the fact that they have not done more with that franchise, it doesn't need to be those characters. Just you have that world, you have side characters, you've invented everything. Do more with it. You have something where you could put out a game and every year paid DLC or expansions, and they haven't. It would be great. As much as I don't like the always online, massively multiplayer part of Grand Theft Auto, it would work there. It's criminal that they haven't continued forward with that. It needs to be a franchise. So Rockstar, listen to me. I am popular and influential and a trendsetter, and you need to listen to me, and you need to start pumping these games out. So
You've never heard of me, but my family says my opinion matters.
that's right. That's
Real
right.
quick, I will say, because you mentioning I hate Rockstar, I hate current Rockstar
Yeah. Yeah.
because within a year or two after 5, they realized, oh, this is all we need, and they gave up.
We can be done. We invented a method of printing money.
It's like we don't need to expand our roster. We don't need to try anything new. This is all we need. What do we care what everyone else says?
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
And it's a lot of people will say that stagnant thinking in gaming and film and other stuff is what kills a company.
See, my personal take, and I know that I'm on the outside looking in, there could be a reason they didn't do this. You've got, in Grand Theft Auto 5, you've got something that has basically been making you infinite money so you can take your time and release Grand Theft Auto 6. Why didn't you put a team on Red Dead 3? Why didn't you put a team on a brand new IP? Why didn't you put a team on another game, a sequel, be it Bully or LA Noire or whatever?
Even just an updated remaster.
Yeah, because you have 6, 7 branches of Rockstar, different cities. I get Grand Theft Auto 6 is huge, but I don't think you needed all of them on that. And leave a team on GTA 5 to put out things people will be willing to spend money on. But like you basically had all the pressure off. So why didn't you, while you could, try to build out your roster? Because GTA 6 will sell and make a ton of money, but you have
Even if it
limited your
sucks.
audience. Yeah, even if it sucks. It's basically guaranteed to be the thing that makes the most money in entertainment of all time as soon as it comes out. Just because it is what it is. And if it sucks, then 2 months from now people will quit buying it. But they're going to make all their money back in that amount of time. But you've limited your audience and you've cut your brand down from, want to say, probably 8 to 12 good titles and IPs to 1. And in the process, you're alienating fans and making them angry because they know ain't nothing going to move until this game comes out and you milk it for some content. So, done ranting. What were you going to say?
No, I was just gonna say, for 10 years they went from, I don't know, 6 IPs to only 1.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, only online version of 1. They didn't even do anything for single player.
Yeah, I don't think GTA 5 got a single player DLC. GTA 4 did. I actually bought a PS3 copy of it. I'm never going to get the platinum, but I think I'm going to play it just for the single player story.
Which, from what I hear, for GTA games is actually the best part of that one.
Yeah, I remember enjoying the story from when I was playing it on the 360. Can you believe GTA 5 came out on the 360?
Yes. I can, because I remember, because I used to work electronics, Xbox had a 4 gigabyte version of the console, and GTA 5 was 8 gigs minimum for memory and storage. So I had to constantly tell people, you have to buy extended storage when you play this game, because otherwise the console will just sit there going, can't do it. And it ticked off so many people.
That's like the N64 releasing that thing you had to buy, which cost more than the game so that you could play Perfect Dark.
Yep.
Yeah, which I did buy because I was a huge Rare fan back then.
Oh, I still have them.
Do you? Good.
Yep, in my
Bet
closet, I
you,
still got our old N64 with Perfect Dark and Pokemon stuff.
bet you that's a collector's item now. All right. I think I'm done talking about LA Noir. If you want to, I
For
could talk
this
about it all
video,
day, but I
like I
think I'm
said,
done.
for this video,
Yeah.
we have another discussion for like soundtracks or style or characters. I'm sure it'll be brought up again.
Games that just refined your taste in what a game should be. Ooh, that's a good topic.
Yeah. All right. Number 4 for me. The Order 1886.
It's a good one.
I didn't play it when it came out. It honestly was one of those where it's like, I might one day get to it, but just
You had a
held it off.
backlog?
And had a backlog. And when I finally did get to it, it was one of those where it's like, wow, I shouldn't have waited so long.
What was I doing?
I mean, the fact that that was a early PS4 game, and while sure it was only like, I don't know, 6 hours, if that, including cutscenes and everything.
For the platinum.
Yeah, it was still one of the best looking and entertaining games I had played that year. Just like, why did this one not take off?
Yeah. And I know people have said this before me. I think it was just they charged the price of a full game. And like you said, it was 6 hours. And that
No, I
was,
mean, yes, I can agree with that complaint of you paid $60 for a 4 to 6 hour game.
but
But at the
now,
same time, I could make that argument that's what you do for the story for Call of Duty.
yeah, I was going to say now
To
that's,
which they'll just say, well, you play Call of Duty for the online. I don't.
yeah, no,
I play games for the story.
yep. And that's just it. Now we're conditioned, accustomed, whatever you want to say. Some games like Hellblade, you pay a lot of money for a 5 or 6 hour emotionally moving, visually stunning thing, and that's what you signed up for.
And from what I understand, that one's even more cutscene and cinema than actual gameplay as well.
The second one is for sure. I don't know about the first, but yeah. That became the complaint for the second one. And I'm not console warring, but a bunch of people were like, yeah, I'm really glad I didn't have to spend money on this because it's a beautiful movie with a couple quick time events, and the whole thing takes, I think it was 4 hours to complete.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was to 100%, but
I try not to, but I still console war a bit. But I was like, I always see people knocking PlayStation games for this. It was rather refreshing to actually see Xbox take that hit for once.
right. And not as a console war, just as a, like, whatever standard you're applying, apply it to everything.
Yeah.
That's all I ask for
The
in
double
life. Just
standard
be
hypocrisy
consistent.
got lifted on that one.
Yeah. Just be consistent. I get you have a preference. I get you don't like how one or the other company does things. Be consistent.
You don't like it for one, you can't like it for the other.
Yep. If you say it's a weak strategy for one company to give away their first party games to other consoles, now that both of them are doing it, you might want to check how you say things.
But yeah, just to go back and finish my thoughts, I mean,
Yeah, sorry.
that's all right. I like the story. I like the game. The controls were fun. The fact that the game actually not necessarily ends on a cliffhanger, but setting up for a sequel and more to happen. Also, is like I want to know how it goes. It felt like watching a TV show. You're like, oh, all right, that's cool. And season 1 ended on a cliffhanger. What do you mean my show got canceled?
What do you mean season 2 will never? Could someone write a book and tell me how this ends?
Yeah. Can I pull a Firefly, please? I need a movie to wrap it up.
6 seasons and a movie.
Just don't pull a Firefly spoilers and kill off half the characters I love?
You know why they killed him?
I know, so they wouldn't have to worry again.
Because they wouldn't sign contracts basically holding them to whenever we decide to get around to more, you got to come back.
Yep.
Which I understand from a business perspective, but ooh. Ooh. Yeah, the order was good. And I think it was supposed, I mean, obviously they anticipated at least one more, but I think it was, they were gunning for it to be a tentpole, flagship, whatever, like a very common thing for PlayStation. And it
Oh
just
yeah.
didn't happen.
I remember when that came out, it was like the first time people were like, hey, AA gaming is surpassing AAA.
Yeah.
It was just simply the pricing issue that killed it.
Yeah. And I wonder if they had any say over that, because you know how like movies will bomb at the theater and then they'll make triple their price back on DVD.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that that would have been one of those games if you had made it a greatest hit, even though it might not have met the criteria. But if you just been like greatest hit, $20, I bet you that would have flown off the shelves.
Yeah, or if it had had like a steady supply of DLC, but since you paid full price, it's free.
That would have also worked, yeah. Yeah, I don't remember who said it. It's, again, not my thought, but someone said the amount of missed opportunities and mismanaged IPs in PlayStation should be studied, because they've had so many things and they were just like, don't know what to do. We're done. Moving on.
Well, if an article I read like half a year ago is to be believed true, apparently the new Astrobot reminded the people behind, Sony, oh, we have all these IPs that we haven't touched in years and people love them still. Let's start bringing those back.
That would be good, because let me tell you, Sony, you know what I do not want? Massively multiplayer online, have to pay for season pass, do this, play it for 10,000 hour games. I know that's where your push is at. I know you're looking for the next Fortnite. I don't care, and neither does anyone else I know. We're not doing that.
I'll show some of my cards and jump on the early hate train. We also don't want more of what current Naughty Dog is doing.
Yes. That is true.
Disagree with me or hate me for that comment before the game actually comes out, but
ever
since Uncharted 4, everything they've put out for me is crap.
It all comes down to just don't preach a worldview, any worldview. Give us a good game. Let us see the moral truth to it. Move on. Quit being preachy. Quit pulling a Joker too.
Make a good character, not a good representation.
Yep. Just quit pulling a Joker too and punishing people for not getting your point in the game. Oh, you liked the wrong guy. Let me make it clear. It's art. Once you release art, it's up to the consumer to put their value to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If people want to get mad at me for that statement, go ahead.
So, tangent and side tangent's done. What's your number 4?
Taking a breath. Mine is a game that I started to make a platinum video about. And then, well, actually, let me back up. So if you had to ask me, what is your favorite strategy right now as a 41-year-old person and a father who's tired all the time, I would say it's light strategy, simulation, arcade simulation, whatever, right? But historically, my favorite category is open world gaming. I love open world gaming. And one of the games I missed on the PS3 was like, I'm going to make a video about this one, a platinum video. And I burned out because there's 1,000,000,007 things to do. But I love the game. And if they should have made a franchise around it. but it's the Saboteur. And I'm sure you know all about it because you're a geek like me. But for those of you that have maybe never heard of it, it came out on the PS3, and I think you were a French person. Story is not really my strength, but it definitely took place in France or Europe anyway. And you sabotaged that word that starts with an N that the Greeks, that the Germans were doing that we're not allowed to talk about on YouTube or risk getting demonetized, you know, with the dude with the mustache and the brown uniforms. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, you sabotage them. And
What's wrong with
as you,
nachos?
nachos are fine. I love nachos. But as you sabotage them, I really thought you were going to say it for a second. I was like, well, I'll be editing. Um, anyway, but as you sabotage area and you free up districts, the map, not the map, the real world goes from black and white to color. And how you choose to go about doing what you do is left up to you. And one day when I'm not open world burned out and not exhausted from being a dad of a toddler, I'm totally going back and finishing that game because it is amazing. And I wish, I get you probably couldn't have done direct sequels to it, but there are other wars or there are other places in that
I mean, they
war.
could have Assassin's Creed that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and I don't even, it doesn't even need to be 12 games, but it could have been at least 3, 6. It is a good game. You haven't played it, have you?
No.
I'm going to have to, at some point next time I see you, I'm going to have to give you the disc so you can play it. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
No, that was one at the time where PS3 days, yeah, that wouldn't have been in my wheelhouse for what I was interested in.
I was going to say, you and I, almost to a comical fault, have differing tastes in games. The fact that we can even find common ground on Power Wash Simulator is kind of rare. We don't overlap a lot. Or if we do, they're single player story driven games. Like
Not
Uncharted.
every game can be Katamari.
That's right. Franchises to bring back, ironically being brought back after we recorded, but way before we released the video.
Yep.
So since this is your like first time doing this kind of stuff, well, third, because this is third video, but is it weird to reference back to things and people's expressions and what you think is going to happen when it hasn't even been released yet?
Not really. I don't know. I think it's I've just watched enough YouTube that I've seen enough people say things, and they'd be like, "Yeah, nope, gotta edit this now."
This was wrong. That's
Remember
'cause
that
they're
game I said I was looking forward to? They canceled it.
Remember how I promised that I would do this? I'm not gonna. I know you haven't seen that video yet, but I'm not gonna.
Like every year, I watch Jeremy Johns' movie review video of 10 films he's looking forward to this year. And almost every time he has to go, so this movie got pushed back and delayed.
Yeah. I watched those like 20 strategy games to keep an eye on. And yeah, I don't even remember what the game was, but someone was like, I know this has been on the list for the next 3 years, but the developers have assured me it's actually coming out this time. And I'm like, I can't wait for 2026, where he's like, all right, so it's back on the list.
I mean, it's not a game I'm looking forward to, but that's what I've started to realize now when it comes to Assassin's Creed. Coming out!
Eventually. Maybe.
Coming out! Don't look at the date.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to scrap their existing ones. And by scrap, I just mean set them to the side for major rework. If I understand correctly from what I've heard, they're going to be going back and redoing their old ones because they have no money and no one likes the new stuff. Well, people like it, but not enough to make it worth the cost.
People
So,
still love the Ezio trilogy. Just
yep,
bring that back.
that's what they're doing with pretty graphics. That was literally like, again, as I understand it, whatever company bought a large share in them to bail them out. Was it Tencent? I think it was Tencent. That was in the contract, was we're going to do this, but you're going to start pumping out remakes because we do not want to lose our money. And they were like, okay.
We own you now. Fix this.
Yeah, pretty much.
All
What you
right.
got?
I think it's time for me with number 3. Number 3 for me is Deadpool.
Ooh.
I don't think I need to say any more. Just it's
Nope.
Deadpool.
All right. So my number 3. No, go ahead.
I mean, you had Nolan North voicing him. He's one of the best and most hilarious voice actors out there. I don't care what anyone says. Not that I've ever heard anyone complain or say
I'm going to
nay
say,
about
I
him.
don't think anyone's going to pick a fight with you on that.
Nope. I mean, yeah, you can tweak or fine tune the combat or change it up nowadays. Or since it's Deadpool, I mean, you can just change it. Just have him say, "Well, it's a sequel. We had to change things up." He can break the fourth wall. Your choices are practically, infinite with that. You can make it a hack and slash. You can make it a shooter. You can make every level change to a different style of game.
I could hear that in his voice. Ooh, are we doing a shooter now?
Yeah, like you can have somebody run away and him just go, "Oh man, I don't want to run. Screw it, we're turning into a racing sim now," and have him just jump in a car. And then have like a menu pop up and go, wait, I want to customize this. I don't like this car. What do we want? I mean, yes, there was legal issues with the first game, but okay. Let's just move on. It happens all the time in games.
There are legal issues. I don't know about this.
That's why it's not available on like online or anything. It's because there's like ownership rights or something.
Oh, the rights are in dispute. Okay.
Yeah. Which is one of the reasons why it's, like I said, it's not online. You can't find the discs anywhere. It's just
Gotcha.
PS3 era Marvel games don't have a good publication history of who owns them.
Gotcha. There are clear owners now, so there are clear licenses you could get. So,
and yeah, it's like after Deadpool and Wolverine made over $1 billion, it's not like he's not profitable.
I mean, I would argue outside of Spider-Man, he's probably the most profitable superhero.
Yeah. And let's face it, it's not a guarantee, but I would not be surprised if Ryan Reynolds would even make a cameo, just be like, "What? No, I'm Deadpool." Only to have Nolan North go, "Screw you, I'm him here."
I mean, I could see it where they could both have voiced him, and you could decide in the menu option who you want. I could see that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that was just a fun game. It's one of the few times I'll say the story didn't fully matter in that one.
That's the one
But
where
it
you
was,
got a trophy for watching him take a dump, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
a trophy just for starting the game. He looks at the trophy pop up and goes, "Oh, you want trophies, huh?" And he just throws a second one at you and goes, "There, happy?"
Yeah, just do that till I get the platinum.
Do you know what the platinum for that trophy is called?
Get a life?
You can sell the game now.
That's hilarious. No, it was the one, not Rick and Morty, but the game that was done by that creator that was basically Get a Life.
High on Life or whatever.
Yeah, High on Life. It was basically like, all right, people are really worried about you. Can you maybe like leave your room and talk to them?
Yeah, that's number 3. Like I said, I don't really need to say more, but I said a little bit more just to be on the safe side.
Add it out. It's,
Deadpool.
it's not like we haven't been recording for 50 minutes. Let's make this longer.
Seriously?
Yeah, 50 minutes.
Huh.
Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This is why all my early videos were like an hour and a half, because I just lost track of time and I was having fun. And then someone was like, people like to watch a half an hour. It's easier. I'm like, that makes sense.
You can always pause the video, open up another tab, and watch something then. That's what I do.
That works. Well, I think you and I are pretty unique in that. Like, I really like YouTube videos that are like 3 hours long and it's a guy just grinding out the thing and talking and explaining the intricate inner workings of it and then talking about his favorite kind of soup or whatever random thing. Those are the videos I am not in the majority. I understand that. So,
I mean, I marathoned Critical Role when I first learned about it.
yeah. Yeah. We are not in the majority.
No. We can hold our attention span for longer than wait, what were we talking about?
Oh, I can't. While I'm doing it, I'm cooking or whatever, but it's on and I'm listening. So, my number 3 should come as a surprise to no one who's been watching my videos this year. Dredge. And for all I know, they may be working on a sequel. I don't know. I did almost zero prep for any of this. I know you haven't played it, but I think you've watched all the videos.
I have.
Have I platinumed it yet as of this recording?
I want to say yes.
Okay.
I can't remember if there was if you still need a trophy for like catching everything, but
Okay. But I'm getting close. All right. Sorry.
yeah.
It's been almost 2.5, 3 months since I've played that game. And as of right now, I know they're still coming out. Anyway, but you've seen the whole story because I beat the story at this point. So
Yeah.
you understand why I feel like it needs a sequel. Again, not a direct sequel. Does not need to be an Amnesiac case again, but these people need to keep making cool Lovecraftian cozy horror. It doesn't even need to be on a fishing boat if that's what they want to do. But it needs a sequel badly. It fills a niche that I didn't even know needed to exist, created it, and now there's a void where their games need to go. So
You hurt me by not making more.
yeah, pretty much. It's an awesome little world they've created. Again, it doesn't have to be a fishing game, although I think that would work really, really well. But you could even be like just a person in one of those towns going on about your day, doing what you need to do while unspeakable Lovecraftian horrors happen
I
all
mean,
around
shoot.
you.
After the success of Dave the Diver, they could even have like a Dave the Diver section.
Believe it or not, Dave the Diver has a Dredge content to it. They teamed up. So, but yeah.
So then they can return the favor.
Exactly. But yeah, that's I don't really need to expand upon it too far, just like you didn't, but Dredge. We need more Dredge.
I mean, based on some of the comments I've seen, quite a few people agree with you on that one.
Yeah, it's a fantastic story. And I say that, one, being someone that doesn't normally pay attention to story, and two, I'm not entirely convinced I understand the story, but it made me feel things. And a lot of that was trepidation, but it was so good.
You know what's kind of amusing about this list?
What's that?
We kind of switched sides on this list.
You're the story guy and I'm not.
No, you're the story guy and I'm not. I've picked PlayStation All Stars. I said Deadpool, you just need Deadpool. I mean, other than the order, might have just been they're fun games. Why aren't there more?
It's true. And I'm like, I need more of this world. I need
Yeah,
more of the.
your
Yeah.
LA Noir had me, had this and that. Dredge made me feel things.
I will say, as much as I don't personally care about stories, and let me explain because a bunch of people don't know. I know you know, but I play games for the mechanics. That's it. Like, I played Red Dead when I had it on the computer to be in an open world as a cowboy and go hunt animals and do what I wanted. Um, I don't play games for the story. I
You weren't
play
looking
them.
for the feels when that game happened.
Nope. I play them because I'm like, oh, this would be cool. It's one of the reasons why I like simulation games. There is no story. It's just I can go and do whatever that game allows me to do and enjoy it. But since starting a channel, you kind of have to include the story.
There
So
is no
I've,
story, which is why I created the Royverse for you.
yep, which is why
I
you created
forced
the
your Sims to
Royverse.
have a story.
I'm about to do so this is the Royverse video and put it out because I'm about to start another game and include a new person in the Royverse, and I want people to know what the heck I'm talking about. So, yeah. I like the Royverse. I actually spend my own time just thinking about how can I tie these games into the Royverse. Thank you for that. That was a great gift.
No problem.
But yeah, we have kind of flipped. I'm like, give me these story games, and you're like, give me this. It was fun. Me want more.
Yeah, I hadn't realized that till I heard your list. And I was looking at mine. I looked at number two and I went, there's a big difference right now. Because my number two, because I think it's my turn now,
It is.
and this is the newest one that's come out, is Maneater.
Okay.
I,
Speaking of
I won't
fun
lie.
games,
Yeah, that's why I realized our list kind of flip flopped. Because yeah, I remember when that game came out, so many people buying it, me going, "You just play a shark. There's it's stupid Jaws. It's a sci-fi show in a game." Didn't see the point. It came free on PlayStation. Got it just to see what the. Okay, I get it. I understand.
I was going to say, do you realize the irony of saying you just play as a shark? You just eat while you're playing Power Wash Simulator for the platinum.
Yes, well, again, this one is another one where I had no desire, but everyone I knew played it and was like, "Oh no, it's actually a good game." I
Yeah,
won't lie.
which
I have a issue of judging games pretty hard based on the cover or what the back of
the
the well, I can't even say back of the game case says anymore because all games are online.
yeah, the other thing, and I'm not trying to poke a scab. If everyone else likes it and you weren't immediately in love with it, or sometimes even if you were, but if everyone else likes it, you're like, yeah, I don't care now. You
Oh, I
you
won't
kind
argue that. I'm not
you kind
anti mainstream, but
you would just like
I've
to do
seen
something not everyone else has.
that, but also I have seen again. I used to work in electronics department and stuff, so I was in the entertainment area. I have seen so many people jump on so many early hype trains and just overblow things out the wazoo that only to then find out a month later everyone's like, yeah, no, in the end it was really average. It's just everybody liked it at the time that no one really cared or overlooked the flaws.
So the newest Mafia game came out, I think, yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely this week, but I think yesterday. Just so you guys know, we're recording this on Saturday, August 9th. I think it came out yesterday. Maybe it came out Thursday. Anyway, people have already beat it, which, okay, I know it's a shorter game. It's 15 to 20 hours, but people have already beat it. They were really looking forward to it. I'm not going to lie, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't played a single Mafia game, and I saw that. I was like, ooh, that looks cool. And this is to prove your point, right? All this hype, all these people talking about it, and they're all like, oh, the ending is a major letdown. I don't know what it is. No one spoiled it. They're just like, hey, don't get your hopes up for the ending. And everyone's saying that. So, yeah, the hype train can lead to disappointment.
Yeah. And well, I know it's not the same for video games. I mean, I do like anime and cartoons and stuff, but I have the number of things I heard. It's like, oh, this is the next best. It's like, give it a month, you'll forget about it. Just nowadays, people just overhype and praise things too quickly. Social media doesn't help with that. Ironic that I'm on YouTube saying that. It's a kind of a form of that now, but
It ain't your
I,
channel.
I I have learned to just be patient, give things time, and yeah, usually within 3 months, just about everything that is the greatest thing ever in the last 5 years, people go, "Oh yeah, that was a thing not that long ago."
Well, the Battlefield 6 beta is this weekend, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure 100% of my YouTube friends and the guys in my group chat that is not related to YouTube, all of them are at least excited for it and intend to play it if they haven't already. I think I'm the only one that didn't download the beta, and there's already people hacking in it, cheating. Yeah, I mean, the hype is real. They love it. It looks like a good game. I'm not knocking it, but just because it's hype doesn't mean that it's going to be what you hoped. So,
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, so to get back to the game I was talking about, I mean,
'cause, yeah, we totally sidetracked.
yeah, that seems to be a problem with this one. But it's just yeah, no, I mean it was again me switching sides, just pure dumb fun. And for a sequel, you don't even need to follow the shark that you played as. You don't need to keep. I thought before, I thought when I was playing the game, it's like they could do this with like a crab and just have different armor or pincers or feet or something. It's like
That would be
or
great.
a turtle even.
Yeah,
It's
that
like
would be
this
great.
is you can just pick and choose a marine creature and it would just become this is fun, this is awesome. Again, like Deadpool, they got near limitless options on that one. And you don't even because out graphics for me do not necessarily make a game; they just enhance it. But with that game, it's like yeah, you can have those kind of over the top cartoonish style characters, and it works.
You can
You can
ray
have
trace the water or the light coming through the water.
yeah, it's like you can have characters that look like Ed, and Eddie, but still have realistic looking animals, and no one will even question or bat an eye at that.
It's true.
So
Good
yeah,
pick.
that's my pick, Maneater.
Uh-oh, we have an overlap. I had one of yours on here as one of mine. So I will go to my last one while I try to think up another one. But the last one is a bit of a throwback. And as far as I know, it did not have a direct sequel. I know it had spinoffs, but Parappa the Rapper. Bring back rhythm games. And specifically
Well,
him,
old school
because,
with that one.
yeah, showing my age now. Let me tell you. But I don't really have a lot to add. I mean, it was a fun rhythm game at the time. It was completely revolutionary. I'll be honest, I didn't get it when it came out. I didn't understand what it was trying to do.
I
But the
saw somebody playing that.
uh-huh.
They're like, "Oh, I remember Parappa the Rapper." When I saw the old school style and everything, I just went, "How did that ever become a thing?"
I think it was just the artsy kids that liked it. I don't think it did very well. Could be wrong.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
because it was like early voice acting for games and stuff like that. And again, I'm not even going to include the art style or the graphics because it was PS1 era, so they did what they could. But it was just like, wow, this is just
it kind of looked like South Park,
yeah. It looked and sounded like early South Park.
but I think if you brought that back, that and Amplitude, as far as I'm concerned, is all the more we need for rhythm games outside of like your rock bands. But those have died. Those peripheral heavy games are gone.
The second I saw whichever one it was, Rock Band or Guitar Hero Green Day edition, I went, well, they're dead.
It was that or the
You,
Beatles that pretty much killed it. Yeah, they died right after one of those.
the Beatles, I can understand. When you have to rely on Green Day, you're done.
Billy Joel will not carry your gaming franchise. I hate to break it to you. Isn't that his name, Billy Joel Armstrong?
I don't know. They were all garbage.
I think that's his name. Someone let me know in the comments if I'm right.
The guy who wanted to be a girl but still wanted to fight against everything else.
Did he want to be a
I,
girl?
I say that because of the guy liner.
Oh, the guy liner.
He had that late '90s, early 2000s emo maked up look of just.
I just thought he had drugged himself into oblivion. We could both
Well,
be
that might
right.
have been
Who
the
knows?
case too. Have I
Who
made it
knows?
abundantly clear I don't like Green Day yet?
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. I'm going to lose my one Green Day fan over this.
Okay, no, I would say one good thing about Green Day. They gave
I,
us Weird Al's Canadian Idiot.
okay. I was going to say, are you going to say the end of the album?
No, because that would mean you had to listen to the album.
True. That's true. All right. So give me your number one while I frantically try to come up with one.
All right. So going back real quick to PlayStation All Stars.
Uh huh. You teased this.
Yep. The character that they were going to bring in as DLC that guaranteed I was going to buy it was Dart from The Legend of Dragoon.
Mm-hmm.
I and several thousand people have wanted Legend of Dragoon 2 prequel, sequel, remake for years, and we are still waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I remember at the time it was touted as the Final Fantasy killer when it first came out, but I mean, at this point, what game comes out in a genre that isn't like a Final Fantasy killer or this killer, and they just fail into obscurity? I won't say it was better than Final Fantasy because there's so many of them at the time, even back then. But its gameplay style with the additions and everything was so unique and so just awesome and fun that's like with Legend of Gaia. I've yet to see it since. I've heard Claire Obscura is very similar, but I haven't gotten to that one yet. I've got
I
so
want to
much
play
on my
that one.
yeah, it's on my list, but with my backlog and everything, it's like I'll wait until I know that there's going to be like no DLC or anything for that one, or a collector's edition comes out. I'll wait. But I mean, was the story and characters a little predictable and basic? Sure. I still remember it and I greatly enjoyed it. Just because the story is not the, reinventing the wheel doesn't mean it's bad.
There's a reason why the cliches and the classics are the cliches and the classics.
Yeah. I mean, as long as the characters and story are still well done, no one's going to care if you're retelling the hero's story for the 17,000th time. Um, but yeah, I mean, at this point, 20 to 25 years now, just and almost every April Fool's, there's the announcement of, oh, nope, it's finally happening. It's like, stop teasing and actually follow through. But I'm not sure if the company that or studio that made it's still around even at this point. So I don't know who has ownership at this point.
You should buy the rights and then crowdfund it.
Yeah, I think the bank will give me a loan that big. I'll have to ask them.
Just tell them it's for saving migrant birds or something.
But yeah, I know when it finally came out. I don't know, 2 years ago it might have been, at least last year, on a PlayStation Store. It was like the number one thing for like almost 2 or 3 weeks.
It's
Maybe
really
not that
saying
long, but
something.
maybe not that long. But I know it for like the at least the first week and a half to 2 weeks. It was like no, that was the number one game that they were selling because everybody was like, it's finally back.
You can get it with trophy support.
Yep. So yeah, I want that game back. I want my old school RPG cheesy goodness back. I don't need World is Doom and Gloom, even though it had that in there, but it was, 90s PS1 era. So Doom and Gloom back then was still full of like comedy and jokes. But yeah, it was pure fun. It actually had a fun story, entertaining characters, and a good combat system. Bring it back. Just update it. Get, my goodness, better sounding voice actors. That was the worst part of that game back then. But other than Metal Gear, I don't think any PS1 game had any good voice acting.
I could agree with that. Someone will
And
remind us of something we overlooked, but yeah, I could agree with that.
and yeah, you'll whatever company does that will be printing money for at least a few months.
Is
Not
it
Grand Theft Auto levels of money, but they'll be printing money.
is it not Square that owns that?
Oh no, no, it was not Square because, like I said, it was supposed to be a Final Fantasy and Square killer.
Okay, I heard the Final Fantasy killer, not Square killer. Yeah, well, it may kill them this time. They're not doing too well, according to their
They
earnings
are. They're
statement.
just. I okay. I feel like they are. It's just that their standards are so freaking high nowadays, and everybody loves judging them so much that anytime they don't break every record known to man, you're like, well, they failed.
Well, I get where you're coming from, but did you know that they had a stockholder meeting yesterday or 2 days ago?
Nope.
Yeah, their software sales are down 15% year to date. But their overall, and this is if I'm remembering, understanding what they're saying correctly, but the overall income brought in from everything Square does is down 55% year to date. So now, could last year have been just amazing because they released something and it was super much higher than normal? Yes. But I don't think that it was because it wasn't covered in the article that I was reading. So
Well,
they did
and
not have a good year.
I do know people have said that they need to stop doing, PlayStation exclusives because their games are so big and cost so much that they can't afford to just be on one console.
But then Xbox only buys 4,000 copies.
Yeah, and people that play Nintendo are only going to play Nintendo games.
Yeah, and again, that's not a console war. That's just a fact. They brought over 16 and it only sold like 40,000 copies. I don't
Yeah.
know that it I don't know that it broke even for the expense of having to swap the consoles. And when they put it on the PC, they went ahead and hacked it and
See, all they did was just
pirated
mod
it.
it.
So they're not getting any money out of that because everyone got the pirated version.
Yep.
All right. Now, through the magic of editing, Luke, I'm going to go look up a game because my last game was The Order. It may take me a few minutes, but I'm going to do that, and they're not going to know because I'm going to edit this part out.
How
So,
dare we have the same game?
I know. Well, it just shows how good it was. So I'm going to pause my screen so that I know to edit it out, and I'll be back. But feel free to talk.
Yep. I won't lie, for a brief moment I thought about doing Bastion, but I was like, no. Bastion ended well enough, it needs no sequel.
All right. Oh, are you inside? I've been working on the outside for you.
And again, thank you for this.
You're very welcome. Happy to see we made progress on it. All right. So it turns out I didn't really need to think. Well, all I needed to do was spend 2 minutes thinking. My
How much pain did
last
that
game,
cause?
I have a headache, but I think that's from the tropical storm going through. Uh, my last game is going to be another one that I started because I love it and it is really good. And it's another open world game that just had too many things to do for the platinum. So I got burned out when I was doing platinum videos. But it's Days Gone. And whoever it is that created it or whatever is throwing a colossal temper tantrum right now. But separating the art from the artist, that is a fantastic take on zombies and the end of the world. And the traversal system is great, taking care of your bike like you do. It's a good game. We could use Days Gone too, and like you said with Dragoon, um, people are actively like, when is it? When is it? And you get fake news all the time. Oh, they're releasing Days Gone too, and everyone's like, yay! And then it turns
Yeah.
out not to be, and they cry.
That's another one
Um,
where I feel like every year I hear or see a rumor of like, oh, it's happening. Oh no, never mind.
yeah,
It's like
it
that
is a
old
lot of
commercial with
fun.
the fisherman with the dollar. You gotta be quicker.
And my good friend Harry, I'll try to remember to put a link to his channel here. But Dynamite Harry's doing a playthrough of it, and just again, I started it. I got burned out, and I'm enjoying the snot out of watching him play it and seeing how he's enjoying it. Uh,
How
so
long
just
since your
because
burnout?
probably 8 months now.
Okay,
Are you
so
thinking?
hopefully
Are you
sometime
thinking
soon you'll
like
be.
when I'm gonna bounce back?
Yeah, because I won't lie, I've had burnout before, and usually somewhere between 6 months to a year is when I'm like, I need to go back.
Yeah, and that was actually why I started doing the YouTube lives, was to work on my backlog that I burned out on. Uh, but I've been having fun with other things instead. But yeah, it's not gone. I'll go back to it. I'll probably restart the whole game just because at this point I don't remember the plot and I don't remember the controls.
But the
But
plot doesn't matter. Survive. That's the plot.
that is basically the plot. Yes. Um, but yeah, when you remove the need for trophies up until a point, it's easy to replay the game. It's getting those trophies as you do it that's tricky.
Yeah, I
So
could see
yeah,
that.
that is our 5 games that are not franchises that we wish would be. Make sure you drop a comment. Let us know what you think, what we got wrong, what we got
Might
right.
be just as controversial, but not as anger inducing.
I think it'll be controversial simply because we missed people's favorite things or
That's why I said it might be as controversial. It just won't be anger inducing. Unless somebody's really mad we didn't think of their 200 people played this game
yeah.
indie favorite.
Well, there was this game that released only in the Sudanese language, and it was only available in Region 7B. Uh, it was about a boy and the Milky Way. Other people I'm sure we do not have the proper definition of a franchise. So I'm waiting for that. Actually, a franchise is stuff that could have had multiple, but it never quite became whatever the case may be. That's fine. We enjoy all of you guys. Leave your comments. We just like to play bingo on what we're gonna get.
And for anybody that might leave a comment saying, "What about Kina?" You're stupid. That game should never have a franchise or a sequel or anything. That's one that can stay dead.
That one hurt him, if you couldn't tell. I still need to play it. I want to play it.
Share my suffering, please.
I will share your suffering. I'm very aware that it is a great game until you go on to hardest mode and then you're like, what just happened?
You didn't even have to go on the hardest mode. That game said, "Oh, Dark Souls is easy for you? Fine, try this one."
Try me on for size. What is it? Someone, I think it's iHenpie. Sorry, dude. I know I got your name wrong. My bad. I am suffering. But anyway, another YouTuber I know, and I think he calls it the Disney Dark Souls because of the animation style and then the brutal difficulty. Yeah.
Yeah, I played that. I knew it was. I knew it was going to be a difficult game, and it's just one of those where it starts off difficult. You're like, okay, it's challenging, but it's not impossible. Then the game just goes, you die every time now.
Holy
And I don't like it when games say that.
You don't play to relax, but you're not trying to try hard skill master
Yeah.
47 things. You
I
want to
don't
be
like
able
when I have to
to
look at my
grind out
equipment.
stuff. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I don't like it when I have to look at my equipment and go, okay, there's 17,000 variations. I think that's the second time I used 17,000 in this conversation. But there's 17,000 variations. Find the one that works. No, give me six. Yeah, give me 6 to 10 variations, and be like, okay, now it'll work.
You like classic RPG difficulty. This will be hard unless you equip the appropriate piece of equipment. And again, with very few choices. And to make it easier, you can grind out these lesser fights for hours.
Did you read the item description? Yes. Okay. That's the one you're supposed to use. Now, did you read the item description? Yes. Did you read the poem for this book that also alludes to this item? What?
Or did you memorize all the item descriptions to know which things cross multiply? Hey, are you going up against a fire monster? Maybe equip the ice armor. It will help you. Okay.
I'm that adventurer that goes, don't give me a riddle, don't give me a poem, say, what I seek is here.
You seek is in insert your least favorite ugly politician here. It's pants. Go get it.
Some of those pants might be used and dirty. Anyway.
All right. All right, guys. It's been a blast. Thanks for making it this far. Appreciate you. If you haven't done so, like the video, subscribe. To
Send
Luke's
all
friends that are
insults my
watching,
way.
light them up in the comments. And yeah, until next time, I'll catch you later. Bye for now.
See ya.